In this video, we share another clip from a Facebook Live TOEFL class that we had. And here we talk about writing question number 2. So you're going to learn about the question structure, right? The kind of question you get on the TOEFL, writing question number 2. How your essays are scored. We're going to talk about question 2 and 1, so you know that, how to improve your score. We're also going to talk about coming up with reasons and examples with a really simple outlining strategy so that you're prepared to really do well, overcome some of that anxiety you might feel. And also we're going to work on an example question for you to practice everything that you learned with. So let's begin. We're going to talk about question number 2. So looks pretty simple. You get a personal question. What do you believe? Do you agree with this? Do you disagree with this? What do you prefer? And you need to write a 30-minute essay responding to it. It's your chance to demonstrate your ability to write an academic, personal essay where your English can be evaluated, and then it is scored. It is scored by a computer, and it is scored by a human. And you're rated 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. That rating is then averaged with your rating for your question 1 essay and converted to a score out of 30. Now, for all my students, sorry, need to go off screen every few seconds. But the main thing I want you to remember is if you've taken it 0 times, this is just good awareness for you to have. You need to have an essay at a certain level, right? You're not being graded, oh, this is a 28 essay, this is a 29 essay, this is a 15 essay. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. For my students who've taken the TOEFL a few times, this is where you realize I don't need to just improve. I have to improve enough to write an essay at a higher level. So that's why sometimes we can be studying hard and get the same score. It doesn't mean we haven't improved. It means we have to study more. And at the end of today's class, so I want you to be from beginning to end, I'm going to remind you of how many hours you need to be studying to get the improvement in the score you want. So now that we know that, there's another thing that's really important. The graders spend about 1 to 2 minutes. They do not read your entire essay. And the computer is a computer, instant. That means there's a very strong expectation of structure, of connection. So I want you to think it's a very technical essay. You have to write with your best English. You have to do your best with what you think. But in the end, it's technical. It's like an engineered essay. You do what they expect, you will get a higher score. So how does this work? So the first thing I want you to know is that the question is not meant to be difficult. They are not trying to trick you with the question. But the question is specific. So you want to read it carefully. It may be something like, in your community, there are larger and larger amounts of pollution. The city council is thinking of doing one of these 3 proposals to reduce pollution in your city. Which one do you think is best and why? So it's just a question where sometimes they give you this situation and they ask you to make a decision and then support yourself. I want you to know that your answer and your reasons are not important, or are not as important as your writing. So what you think is really not what the graders care about at all. So you don't want to stress about your answer or reasons. Keep it honest, keep it comfortable. It's your essay that matters. How is it written? What's the grammar, vocabulary like? Have you done all the technical things they expect? So our strategy is all about reading the question with care. So here's your question for today. So let me bring it up here. Is it more important to be able to work with a group of people on a team or to work independently? Use reasons and specific examples to support your answer. First thing that you want to do is read the question just to connect with it. Don't stress about answering it. It's specific. It's important to read it with care. Then read it again. And this time, in your scratch paper, right? That sheet of paper represents your scratch paper on your TOEFL. You're either going to have your whiteboard if you're taking the home edition, or you're going to have the scratch paper given to you, and you're going to have your pen to write with, right? So you're going to have something to write your notes on for this question. So when you read it the second time, you decide your answer and you choose honestly. Do not choose according to what you think is easier, because that's a trap. That's going to distract you and that's going to disconnect you from your essay. It's very difficult to write an essay on something that you don't naturally believe in. So the next thing is you read it again and you keep reading it over and over and just naturally coming up with reasons and examples to 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 be the support, right? So why do you think this way? Why do you agree or disagree? So in our classes, we train how to come up with answers and reasons for 1 to 2 hours. Today, I'm just going to kind of throw you into it and see how you do. So what we do on the TOEFL to prepare you is we have you go through a specific amount of time for each step in strategy. So the first strategy is to outline your essay, to brainstorm. If you write your essay right away, our training, 15 years teaching the TOEFL, I can say pretty confidently, everybody's different, you will write a lower scoring essay if you don't outline, because that means you'll be thinking about your essay as you're typing, but you need to be thinking about your grammar and explaining as you're typing. So it's too much to do all together. So you want to do it first. Outline your essay. What's your answer? What's your reasons and examples? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you 3 minutes. Your goal is to come up with at least 2 reasons and examples. At least. You want more. Good luck, and begin in your scratch paper. What is your answer and your reason and examples starting now? That concludes our clip from the class. I hope you learned something, feel more confident about your success. Keep studying hard. Know your dream score is coming.